Hello everyone, and thank you all for visiting my channel. My name is Crystal and this is the very first video for my channel. I hope that every person led to view this video will receive a message that resonates with them, and if you feel that, please subscribe and like this video. If you're viewing this, chances are you're on your twin flame journey like I am. My journey, or the recognition of this journey, started back in November of 2017, and since then it has most definitely been a roller coaster ride. Like many of you, I view other tarot card readers and light workers who deal specifically with the twin flame journey, and the information can be overwhelming and also quite confusing. Personally, I found myself wondering if my twin would actually make the offer that so many have spoken about here on YouTube and elsewhere, and I've also wondered if who I thought was my twin is actually my twin. Like I said, it can all become very overwhelming. But I went to the source and decided to seek guidance from spirit as well as my higher self. It is my belief that no one can tell you who your twin is. It's just one of those things when you know, you know. I don't consider myself to be a writer, but I do love writing and find that I can express myself a whole lot better when I write versus when I speak. I also found that it allows me to find more clarity in situations. So over the weekend, I decided to do a writing exercise in order to get guidance as it pertains to my personal twin flame journey. The goal was not to ask for the collective, but for myself. However, after reading what flowed so naturally through me, I was led to share it with the collective in hopes that it may offer some clarity for those who may be just as confused as I am, or for those of you who have lost hope. If anyone would like to try the exercise, I will leave the instructions in the description box below. I just followed what felt right to me, so feel free to tweak it as you see fit. When spirit comes through, he really comes through. So I was also reading a great book called A Return to Love, and some portions of it really stood out to me as it pertains to this twin flame journey. If you haven't read the book, I highly suggest it, not only for the twin flame journey, but for overall personal growth and healing. I'll stop rambling and get to the message from spirit now. The question that I asked was, what do I need to know about my twin and my twin flame journey? The words that follow are what I wrote verbatim. This is a sacred journey, something that not many will experience. It is a privilege to have a twin and to experience this kind of connection in a 3D sense. Not only is this a privilege and something that is sacred, but it is also a responsibility. It is not something to take lightly. Because of this, things only move when I allow them to. Knowledge is only revealed when the time is right. This is a divine connection, and because of that, divine timing is at work. More than who your twin is, the focus should be on your own growth and your own healing and what you can use that for. How do you share what you've learned with others? The lessons I have allowed you to receive, the things you've gone through, the knowledge gained is not for you to hoard. Don't be selfish. Use what you've learned to help others in this journey. This is what the twin flame journey is about. It's about healing, growing, evolving, ascending, unlearning, and relearning. It's about using your journey to show others what unconditional love looks like. It's not easy. If it were, many would have the job, but they don't. You do. You were placed here for this, to heal and teach through love, your love, the love you have that none other can compare to. You have been gifted this divine love through your divine counterpart, and the love you give to them is essentially the love you give to yourself. You are your twin. You are your divine masculine. It has always been you, and because this is true, you don't need to wait for another body to appear to experience happiness and love. Give it to yourself. Feed yourself. Be one with yourself. That's what this is all about. It's not about another person. The journey is less about two fleshly bodies that come together and more about the soul that joins together again and becomes one. This is key. One, not two. You are the one, love. Give to yourself everything you think you've been missing, everything you feel you've been waiting for. The wait is over. All along, you've been here. So that's a beautiful message Spirit blessed me with, and I'm honored to share that with you all. I know it's not necessarily what we want to hear because we want that physical connection. We want the relationship with another person, but I believe Spirit is saying that the only way to get that is to give it to yourself first. When you love yourself unconditionally, you usher in someone who will love you in the same way. It may seem like it'll never happen, and trust me, I know because I've been single for 2 years, but it will happen when it's supposed to, how it's supposed to, and with who it's supposed to. As a divine feminine, I feel we placed a lot of pressure on the divine masculine to make a choice and to just come back to us and to release the karmic, and the list goes on and on. I'm not saying that we should be patient and keep our lives on hold, but we have to realize that if we focus more on ourselves and what we needed to focus on and heal and release, we wouldn't have the space to judge our divine masculine situation. Trust me, I'm cross watching just like many of you, but I also realize that there are still things that I have to work on and work through. And until that is done, union won't happen. I'm rambling again, so let me get into the excerpts from A Return to Love. The first one says, when we physically separate from someone we've been involved with, that doesn't mean the relationship is over. Relationships are eternal. The separation is another chapter in the relationship. Often, letting go of the old form of the relationship becomes a lesson in pure love, much deeper than any that would have been learned had the couple stayed together. For me personally, this excerpt resonated. It made so much sense to me because it's through separation that I've been able to love in a pure way. Partly because I've grown as an individual and do my best to not operate at a low vibration like I used to, and partly because I realize how special and spiritual this connection is, and it makes me appreciate the relationship and the connection that much more. The second excerpt says, I love you so much that I can release you to be where you need to be, to go where you need to go. This moment in a relationship is not about an ending. It's about the ultimate fulfillment of the purpose of any relationship, that we find the meaning of pure love. This second excerpt goes back to what I said previously. This journey is not about being selfish. And though we want our divine counterpart to leave their karmic situation or to choose us or whatever the case may be, the choice is always theirs, and we have to be okay with allowing them to be in those situations, even if we know they're settling for a low budget meal when they could have fine dining with us. That's their prerogative. In the meantime, love yourself and be open to what comes, even if that isn't your divine counterpart. If you stuck with me through this, I truly appreciate you, and I hope you subscribe for more videos. I will start uploading readings next week and anything else I feel led to do. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my handle as well as information regarding the book I read from and instructions on how to do the writing exercise will be below in the description box. Until next time.